In this video, guys, I want to showcase a Chimera team, an endgame Chimera team that will enable you to get all of the 25 mythical materials, the 4-star basalt, and some other goodies in the process. Now, this team will be focused on this current rotation. Every week the trials change, as you guys probably know. It's a bit hard to keep track of how often those rotations actually repeat, but we're going to call this prioritizing the lion form, which does contain the highest amount of mythical materials this time around. I will be doing gradually videos. Basically, my main goal is to try and do it every single week to showcase different teams, combos that will enable you to put your hand on all of the materials. While it's important to get a chest on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, I think that is important up to a point. The next most important thing and the main priority for pretty much everyone that's in the end game is to try and get as many materials as possible. One of the main things that I'm seeing, I don't have a mythical relic. Your best chance is by manualing, getting the trials done to get mythical materials. Now, it does require you to manual, right? That's the whole idea with the Chimera. You can do auto teams that will get you some trials, but usually the trials that reward you with the best rewards, like mythical materials and stuff, tend to be locked behind trials that require you to manual the run. Either way, let's quickly talk a bit about what is happening this week. So, right here, actually, I am planning to do 2 keys on Ultra Nightmare this week because I should be able to get all of the 25 mythical materials, the 4-star basalt, as long as the RNG throughout the run doesn't screw me over. Because I'm not willing to retry the run multiple times, especially if I'm at the end of the run and something gets messed up. It's something that I actually did mention to Plarium a while ago when I was in Poland last year. They should change this 3% chance in the Chimera. It's so frustrating where you're doing all of the work, you're getting to the final cycle of the Viper form, for example, and you need to land the debuff, and you get resisted. You cannot land it, and you cannot complete the trial because of it. It really, really sucks, right? But it seems like they are not really prioritizing anything related to this. Frustration is the way to go for them, right? Either way, talking about the forms and trials. We have the Ram form, which gives us 7 mythical materials. Now, this can be really RNG to get as well. If the boss has a chance to land a stun or it doesn't, that can mess you up quite a bit, to be honest. We're not really going to focus on bringing fear and through fear to try and get a 3-star basalt because at the moment, we do not have the right champions to make that happen, right? It's something that if we would have class Zag, we could potentially do, but it's a bit of a far stretch. Then, the Lion form. The Lion form will require us to do this. Reflect damage, pain, link. Now, there are not many champions in the game that can get the job done. And that's why I've called this an endgame guide. Some people might have the champion, some people might not. We are going to use Gizmek. Now, Gizmek on the second form has this amazing skill. Pain Link, Taunt, Unkillable. Really, really helpful. Plus, he brings defense down. He brings HP burn with the first form. He brings the increased speed. All of that will help us to get tons of trials done as well. Then, if you don't have Gizmek, there is another champion that could potentially work. Truth be told, I did not play with this champion even on the test server, and that is Amoch, the first Satrap. It does seem pretty interesting for the Chimera, but there are things that I don't like about the champion for the Chimera. But then at the same time, I did not really play the champion, so I can't comment much about it. Some of you guys have the champion. Some of you guys tried him out. Let me know in the comments down below how easy it is to get the trials done with a Pain Link from this champion and how useful he is for your team, right? I don't like this skill at all, to be honest. But hey, that's a story for another time. He does bring some interesting things to the table. So he could potentially replace Gizmek. If you are trying to go only with reflect damage, Sneak Track could potentially be another option, right? But I'm not 100% sure how effective this reflect damage would be. It will be enough to get it done. Probably it's gonna be a bit of a struggle, but at the same time, it could potentially be done too. Then let's move on to talking about the rest. I will share all of the builds with you and stuff at the end of the video, guys, because I want to do the run. I don't want to keep you on this screen for too long. This is the team that we are running. We're going to run Fina. She will be very, very helpful in here. We're going to run Feral, decrease accuracy. All of the benefits that we get from the champion, including the passive, right? This will help us with other trials that will be required to get sorted, for example. We're running Gizmak, Galatir, and we are running Narma the Return. Now, Narma will bring in a lot of debuffs, enough damage to get multiple trials done, leech, decrease attack, etc. You could use, for example, Zinogre. Now, this was an old fusion when the Monster Collaboration event actually happened. It's a champion that you cannot acquire anymore, so I would assume Narma would be more accessible than Zinogre. She does bring a lot of things to the table too. Increase attack, leech, decrease attack, weaken, increase speed, and she has the passive too, which is not too bad. Let's jump into the run, and we're going to talk about their builds and stuff like this. At least things that you need to know, like who has the highest defense, lowest crit damage, etc. And something odd that is happening with the team. So, my Fina is built on a 9-piece protection. She is the fastest champion in the team, as you guys can probably notice. I'm not worried about the boss stealing any of my buffs right here, because we will have enough resistance with a decreased accuracy on the boss to resist it. And most of them will be protected anyway. Then we have Gizmak, which is built on a Feral set. Now, the whole thing with him is that we are going to put the HP burn, the increased speed, and we are going to land the defense down throughout the runs. The best thing about using Narma in the team is the fact that we can increase the duration of debuffs by using the A1 skill. Now, one thing that you should try to do as much as possible is to sync your skills to be available at the right moment, especially the block buffs. You do not want this boss to gain all of the freaking increased speed that he gets and rotate fast. You want to be able to put a decreased speed on the boss as fast as possible on all of the other forms to ensure that you are going to be able to keep the boss under control and don't allow the boss to overlap you or anything like that, because you gotta work on the trials, which is pretty important, right? So let's push the thermometer a bit. Let's get some more buffs on. We already have too many debuffs on the bar, so I can't really land anything else. So I'm gonna have to detonate all of those poisons that the boss gained because of Narma's passive. We've done that, and now we can work on applying that decreased speed. We can put a pain link. This is just going to boost a bit of damage more as well, but I don't think it's worth the trade-off of having an additional poison that you can detonate after. One thing that I'm thinking to do with Galatir, usually what I'm doing is going to the run, revive on the ramp form, revive, metamorph, increase accuracy, and then come back. But I think I could try to go into the run with him on the second form, put the increase accuracy, take another turn after, metamorph, revive. That might work better. I'm gonna give it a go now. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or we're getting screwed, but I guess we'll find out in a second. Let's keep on pushing. I do not really give a damn if I'm gonna one key or not. I am planning to use 2 keys on Ultra Nightmare regardless. So the main goal is to get all of the trials done that I want to get and get a top chest even with 2 keys. It's irrelevant, right? So that should be the same thing for pretty much everyone. If you're not able to 1 key with Narma, that's fine. You're going to 2 key it if you're going for all of the materials anyway. And I think nobody should stress about it at all, to be honest. What I want to do with Galatir, I want to make sure that we are able to metamorph back super fast. So we are gonna go in like this from now. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. We should be Gucci. Put a counter attack on Arma to make sure she has a chance to increase the duration of debuffs. Look at that, beautiful. So we got the defense down, the block buffs, everything that we need. We could use this skill from Feral if we want to. Just A1 with Galatir. Same with Gizmak. Want to keep that defense down available for the next form. We can use an A3 in here, put some more poisons, another A1. No point to use the A2 because we have the block buffs on. We don't really care about the decrease accuracy anymore on the boss. That's fine. A1 again. So that decrease speed is still on. We can detonate this. Beautiful. We have the Metamorph back available on Galatir. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to make sure I put a block damage on Narma. I'm going to do A1. Now, Gizmak is the lowest crit damage. For whatever reason, Fina gets attacked. I don't understand why. Unless maybe Gizmak has something in his passive and I forgot about it. That could potentially be a thing, but honestly, I don't remember. So we put this. We got the extra turn, which is great. We can Metamorph now. That's basically why you need a Relentless to proc to make this super perfect, but it's not a necessity. We can land more debuffs with the decrease, with the increased accuracy. We can put the defense down because that's what we want, to be able to push more damage. Can do that. Now we need with Feral to land more debuffs. Preferably, I would put a decreased speed, but I'm going to go for 2 of them since I have the increased accuracy on. I'm going to push the turn meter, get the immunity on to make sure nobody's getting stunned. I'm still going to put this on Narma. I can land another debuff. And we're done with that one. Brilliant. And now we just need to deal damage while we are under a perfect veil. And defense down, right? If I remember it correctly, yeah. Another hit, and that should get the job done. Now I need to push that decrease speed. I'm supposed to use the decrease A1 on him instead of buffing right there. It would have been better. Can do that. And I could Metamorph with him. Why not? Give me the increased speed. Put the decreased speed like this. And now with Narma, we should be able to get that done. Now it's all about landing unique debuffs and buffs. Now, the problem that you can have in here is if you extend the duration of buffs with Narma, and they are 2 turns, you cannot land the debuff for 3 turns, right? Because usually they land for 2 turns. And that will not allow you to land them. So you want to make sure you're not increasing the duration of buffs with Narma now. Which, in a way or another, is a bit hard to do, but hey. What can I land? So I have block buffs, decrease accuracy for 1 turn. If I'm going to land them with Feral now, they will count because we have them for 2 turns. Then with Gizmak, I can go and put the defense down. What I'm going to do with her, I'm going to try to break those poisons from there. And I'm still going to put a block damage on her as soon as I have it again available. But now I'm going to go with Gizmak, put the defense down for 2 turns. Nice. So we have it up and running. That's another debuff rider to the list. Decrease speed, we put it for 3 turns. That should be another one that counted, but probably it counted before. Now it's just landing this. And we need either to gain 1 more unique buff, either to land 1 more debuff on the target. I'm a bit unsure. But we can attempt to do this, and this should get everything done. And now it starts the RNG. Is the boss going to land stuns? Now, we are not going to be able to complete it in this cycle because we need the boss to land 7 stuns and they need to be done in 5 turns. As soon as we move into the next form, this will get wiped. So it doesn't matter what he does now. What matters is that next time when we come to this form at the end, to land 7 stuns. There is a bit of an RNG with all of this stuff in here. It is one of the most annoying trials to complete, in my opinion, because you never know what can happen. So now, time to push in more damage to see if... Actually, no. we cannot do this because we don't have the weaken either, man. I forgot about that part. You need a weaken. So we don't have weaken. We cannot do that, but it's fine. They're just epic materials. Not that important. The main goal is to get the mythical ones. I'm still dreaming of getting a Stormcaller. I'm dreaming about it. Day and night. Probably a lot of you guys might be dreaming about it too. Or a lot of you might be dreaming about your first mythical relic. That's why it's so important to try and push trials when you can and when you have the characters available. Let's do an A1. He has the unkillable on. It doesn't really matter. He's not going to die. I'm still unsure about the Fina and the crit damage. Why is she getting attacked? Okay, we lost 2 buffs or something like that. Doesn't really matter. We got a decreased speed from a counter attack, which is perfect. We couldn't have asked for anything better than that. We have the decrease defense, decrease attack, leech. We can push in poisons now and start ramping up more damage. We are going to move on to the lion form. I might not show you the entire run because you're going to see what we have on, but I might do it at the same time because I won't be able to complete all of the trials in the first cycle on the lion form either. So we will need to go to the other one and probably maybe on the viper form too if we're unlucky a bit. You see, we did not put the block buffs. That's what I was talking about. I think we got resisted because we don't have it on. So that kind of sucks when it happens because the boss gained the increased speed. And I'm not going to metamorph with Galatir just to remove that. Because, I mean, it's not completely pointless. But I don't want to do it. So now that we have the defense down on, we can go in and start putting the increased speed. Activate some burn, increase the duration of some different debuffs that we have in there. Start detonating some more with her. On the Viper form, I think we need to do an 800,000 hit with one skill. So hopefully, we're going to get that done with Narma. I guess with protection, debuffs on the boss from Feral, we should be able to get the job done. No need to try and put the block buffs now. We're going to let the boss do his own things, but I will have to put them put it at some point. So we got to make the most out of that increased speed. Push that in. I think we need to do damage under leech on the next form, if I remember it correctly. And of course, having the defense down would be extremely beneficial, but I might just wait with him to put the increased speed and metamorph after to put the defense down. Just to be able to rotate faster than the boss, you know. Because that's very important when you're trying to get the trials done. Or even when you're trying to just do more damage. It's beneficial for you to try and be as fast as possible. I was just looking because I'm not sure if I had the block buffs available to put it on the boss or I did not. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, that's not going to work. Maybe I did not have it available and I just went in with A1, but the boss is going to gain the increased speed. This form doesn't really matter. It will allow us to get damage. But as I said it, I don't really care about the damage. All I care about is getting the trials done. If I do 60 million damage, that's perfect. Because I only need 111 for the top chest. And with 2 keys, you're easily going to get that done. So put block damage on her. We're going to keep all of the other buffs, debuffs from him. I could put the increased speed now and just metamorph. Yeah, and then I can metamorph back. Is okay. And anything that's interesting here? No, just an A1. I mean, the A1 doesn't do bad damage. 600k, right? It's pretty decent. But this run will take approximately 45 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Now, because I'm doing some commentary, it might take a bit longer than it usually does. Even when I do it, don't get fear. Even when I do it without doing commentary and stuff, I have the little one running around, tons of things happening, and that does make it a bit harder usually. Because it ends up in taking me like, I don't know, like freaking 90 minutes to 2 hours just to get it done because I have to stop. Okay, so we gotta do this now. This is what matters. All of the other trials are irrelevant. This is what matters right here. Damage the Chimera while is under a leech. We gotta unlock the other ones. So we gotta push in as much damage as possible. These decrease speed, decrease defense. Why not? 6 legendary materials. We have everything that we need in there to get this done. So we can push for it as well. I can metamorph now. I have the defense down. I can start pushing the increased speed on my characters again to make sure that I am rotating somewhere fast. Increase the duration of debuffs with him, which is perfect. To keep the decreased speed, the defense down. Pushing again. We reset Narma now. And just bang, do a detonation. 800k damage. We need to do that one more time. And we should be able to get that trial done. And then we need to land debuffs with a decreased resistance on the boss at the same time. And then we have to worry about the other trial. I'm just gonna go A1. No need to do anything else. Do this. Bang. Some poisons. And we're almost done with it. But actually, at a point where I can either push the thermometer now, either metamorph. Metamorph and be ready with a decreased resistance. So let's do that. Buff. Reset. Put that on to make sure we have it on. Deal the damage. Now we need a decreased resistance. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 debuffs. I'm gonna metamorph. Put 9. 10. Done. So now damage the Chimera using reflect damage buffs, failing debuffs, or passive reflect damage effects. That's what we're going to do right now. We have that Painling. We're going to let the boss do his own things. Now, one thing that I don't want to have on right now is the decreased attack, which is something that we want to dodge completely. We can do the counterattacks and ally attack skills, which is another 8 legendary materials, and we're going to do that in the process too. We're not even going to put the Veil on because we don't want to have that on. We're just going to go A1. Do that. Bang. Land some more debuffs. With Galatir, I'm going to metamorph back as soon as I can. I'm going to reset Narma again. We are increasing the duration of that debuff on the boss, so we don't really have to worry about it too much. Hopefully, this will not reset if we go to the next cycle. Something that I cannot remember. And I don't think the boss is going to do in one turn so much damage. I'm going to try to cleanse this now because he's going to attack, right? But that was good damage, actually. So let's do that. I might as well dream for it, right? I was not supposed to put a block damage on him too. I just did it to reset. But that was a bit of a mistake, though. Close to finish it. Super close to finish it. Super, super close. I just wanted to reset him to put that unkillable again on him, but that was a bit of a mistake there. So do not do that at home. He did not have the debuff, so the boss was not going to ignore anything on him. And I cannot trigger the boss to attack me again now anyway. Because he's gonna metamorph, right? Hopefully it will stay there till the next round. The next cycle. Because that will just be done after. Okay. Right, we got pretty close with it. 200k more damage, right? It should stay there. It's nothing mentioned about 2 turns, 3 turns, or whatever. Now we have the Viper form, which will require us to use the block active skills. It will require us to do damage under 10 debuffs without block active skills. So we will have to push in a lot of damage very, very fast. We have the decreased speed. I need to put the block buffs on. So hopefully Feral has that skill available. Beautiful. We can do that. Push in some poisons. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 debuffs. I can put a decreased defense. Push the thermometer. A1 again. Have the counterattack on. Let me just put it for 2 turns. Get some buffs. I'm gonna metamorph with Gizmak to get increased speed. And we can detonate all of those poisons. Beautiful. Beautiful bang. You see, the damage is okay. I think we are gonna 1-key it, though. See no reason why. Now we can extend the duration of debuffs now. Bang. Which is pretty good. It is a really good combo, having Narma in the team and him doing the extend duration of debuffs on the target, because you don't have to worry too much about debuffing the boss anymore now. See, decrease speed for 4 turns, block buffs for 3 turns, decrease accuracy, and so goes on. So now we're just gonna push, push, push. I am a bit worried. Should I go with buffs versus the Viper form? I shouldn't. Is the boss gonna RNG the heck out of me and steal some of my buffs? I won't have decreased accuracy on that form, so I'm gonna try maybe not to go in with a lot of buffs, but at the same time to try and have full HP, or at least don't have debuffs like I don't know, like buffs like block debuffs, buffs, immunity, counter attack, and stuff like this, because the boss can create me problems, right? 23 turns, 40 million damage. Yeah, we are on par to get that 1-key done without a problem. Should I put increased speed now? Yeah, that's gonna get out of here in the meantime. Let's do a bit of damage too. We can push more turn meter. We're gonna lose the immunity as well. Reset her. That's for 3 turns, but it's protected. We can land some debuffs, so we can detonate the poisons after. Just go A1. A1. Another A1 right there, because by now we lost some of the buffs, but is irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. Love seeing so many debuffs extended on the target, though. We still have the defense down, which is great. Now, I wouldn't put that buff with him anymore. I could do this, because they're probably going to be protected, which is great. I definitely don't want to put in increased resistance or stuff like that, so the boss is stealing it and is racking my entire team after, you know. Now, I need some healing, and I don't have the leech on, because my Feral is probably about to die. What am I gonna do? What am I going to do? We got some healing there. Clearly not enough. Oh no! That immunity is freaking not protected. Ah, you better not be stealing that from me. That's all I'm saying. Of course you're gonna steal it. I mean, why wouldn't you steal it, right? Why wouldn't you steal it? Why wouldn't you steal it? Man, that sucks so bad. Like, what a freaking bad. I need to cleanse. Thanks God I got the extra turn. I got the extra turn. F you, Viper form. Put a block active skills. We need to put that on anyway. We need to do damage while he's under that. And I want to go and put in a decreased speed ASAP. Then I want to put my increased speed on. I want to metamorph. Put the defense down. I will have to come back if I'm not extending the duration of that HP burn. But we're going to see if we are able to do it. Put that counter on. A1, extend them. Thank you. Okay, so that's beautiful. Extra turn with Galatir. Bring it on. Bring it on. Let's put a decrease resistance onto, which is not really going to be as important. Metamorph. Ooh, baby, look at that. Even though this nasty creature of darkness attempted to mess us up, we did not allow it to. Now, that block active skills needs to be on for a bit, but not for too long, because we will have to do this trial right here. Damage the Chimera while it is under 10 debuffs, but not block active skills. That's the 4-star Basalt. I don't really care about the rest. We can do this poison sensitivity. We can do this too, but they're just rare materials. Fodders, as I said. We gotta get a Basalt done. That's basically what matters. So we need to push in 2.5 million damage ASAP. And try not to use the A1 on Narma if we can. Right? Where are we? 500k more. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to drop that now. Not sure. Kind of don't want to put a counter attack on her though, so I'm just gonna use A1. I'm not gonna buff nobody at the moment. Okay, so that's done. Now we need to do damage under block buffs, HP burn. We still have both of them on. I guess I just have to wait for the next cycle. I just have to wait for the next cycle with this because I think it's the smartest thing to do. I think it's the smartest thing to do. I do need to increase the duration of the debuffs. Let me just put the increased speed. Do that. Because if I wait for the next cycle, I can come in, land the debuffs. Don't worry about the block active skills. I can get this done now. It's going to be easy peasy, right? I don't have to stress about it. To try and do it now quickly in this 2 more turns that I have left. Because it's not gonna happen like this. So I would rather just push in the damage, get that done, bang. I think I need these two done as well, actually. So decrease attack and increase speed. So we have them. Time to push in more damage. I forgot about that part now, you see. Almost messed it up. I knew that I had to do some serious hits in. I was so focused on the other one that I forgot for a second about the bigger picture, where are a lot of freaking materials too. So I need Narma to start smacking left and right. Bang. 700k. I need a little bit more. This is a single skill. And this is decreased accuracy. And I need to resist. So I need to make sure the next cycle I'm getting this one done too, which should be doable. Should be doable because we're going to be able to buff a lot, put the important debuffs on, the ones that we need, and don't have to worry about the rest. Like block active skills and all that stuff now. Okay, so that's done. Now we need increased attack and block debuffs buff with a single skill. Hopefully, we're going to have enough firepower in us to do it. Oh, yeah, baby. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 1.1 million. Because I had a lot of protected buffs from the protection set and all that stuff that was very helpful. As I was saying, these block active skills will be done in the next cycle. And this one, hopefully, is something that we're going to be able to do now. So we have decreased accuracy on the boss. We have the increased resistance on. So it's time to get resisted from here. That's basically what we need. That's basically what we need. Can push this in. 600k. I need Feral to buff. Come on, bro. Give me that increased resistance. Because that's not going to work if we don't have it on. Anyway, the boss was not going to take another turn. So that's basically what you need to do. And we are on par to get a 1 key without a problem. We are pretty much on point to get the trials done. The only one that gives me emotions is this one right here. This is so much RNG with that stun. But what can you do? If it messes me up, I'm not going to restart the entire run just to get a 7 materials. Sometimes it's not going to mess you up, but sometimes it will. And it's really frustrating when it happens. Unfortunately, I don't have the block buffs, so that can cause us some issues. I do want to metamorph, put the defense down now that we got the increased speed. And push this up. Maybe I'm going to get in time with Feral to put the block buffs too. I think we will, yeah. So the boss won't gain the increased speed. bang, decrease accuracy, bang, a detonation. I don't care about the decrease attack and leech on this form. We are going to move on to the ram form, the next cycle, the final cycle for the ram form. And it's just that trial that I've mentioned is giving me a bit of an emotion. But the good thing is, I don't have to metamorph with Galatir to get increased accuracy. We can just go in, keep that immunity on and on and on. I can just reset Galatir multiple times if I want to make sure we have the immunity. And that's about it. Not too stressed about the damage either, as I've mentioned. Because that is really not the priority. I would be fine even with the 56 million. Maybe actually I need, yeah, 56 is going to be double bang. That's going to be top 1 key for the chest. Easy. But we are halfway through, 29 minutes in. It is a bit of work though to get this done. You can mess up things. You need to pay attention to everything. You guys know the drill. But if you want to increase your chance at getting the mythical relics, gotta do it. You gotta do it. Another bang right here, 862k, a bit of an activation. We can put another one of these because we can. Why not? No need to. Got extra turn, so now we can do it. Let's reset normal again. An increased speed could be good if we can metamorph. And we can. There we go. Increase the duration of debuffs. Do a bit of damage in the process too. Do another bang. We only activated the poison, right? So it's not much of a big deal. And now we're going to slowly prepare with having the skills available, which don't really matter as much actually anymore for the next form, because we just need to get the stuns under control. I don't want to land the decreased accuracy on the boss. I don't necessarily want to put the increased resistance on my team either, because I'm not sure if it's not going to get messed up though. Like, it could get messed up. And don't count those stuns, you know? Still gonna buff her, mainly because she will deal more damage than anyone else, and I don't want her to die. It's really important to keep them all alive. Okay, take your turn, boss. Is he going for final again? You see? Now he's going for Gizmag. That's what's supposed to happen initially too, but I'm a bit confused by it. I'm really not sure why it's happening. Really not sure. Super weird. Super, super weird. Let's put it on him because it seems like he might be in trouble. Even though he's gonna expire because I'm gonna take some turns. No HP burn. So we can put the decreased speed with him. I don't care so much about the defense down here anymore, because this is what we care of. I can't do this trial. I can't do the other one. So the damage is irrelevant. But if we get some in the process, I won't cry about it, right? Just A1, no extra turn, so you don't lose the immunity. A1. A1. Okay. How many stuns? 4 only. So one of the champions did not trigger it. I'm curious if he's Galatir because he has high resistance, though. Is it because of that? Not sure. Really not sure, actually. It could be. It could be. Ah, you got a freaking stun. That would have been perfect if it was going on Narma. That's fine. We're going to revive. We still need 3 more stuns. Now, I don't want to push the thermometer now, because we are not gonna get block buffs at the end after. So we wanna buff it again now. There we go. Please don't screw me with this. Don't get extra turn. Come on. 3 more. Okay, job done. Okay. It can be pretty annoying when it doesn't happen. And I hate it when it doesn't happen, though. But we've done that. Time to focus on the next thing, which is pretty easy. Put a reflect, the pain link on the boss again. Get 200k more damage. Deal as much damage as we can right now. And get ready for the final form, which is the Viper. And then, job done. Put a decreased speed. We're going to metamorph and put the defense down after. I'm just going to go A1 because I need to buff Narma. She doesn't have full crit rate. We're going to do this. Bank. We will put the block buffs. ASAP. I was expecting an extra turn with Galatir, but we did not get it. I do have a relic on him that gives me the extra turn when I revive. The Klisadir or whatever it's called. Land some more debuffs right there. Can start pumping up. You see, we did not gain a lot of damage during the previous run on the RAM form because I was prioritizing trials. You could do more damage in the process too, but it's fine. I wasn't too stressed about it. I was just trying to time my immunity to be on at the right moment and all that stuff that can potentially cause me issues. Bang, bang, bang. We want to make sure we have that Pain Link skill available as soon as we get onto the Lion form. So we're not going to use it anymore in here. I could Metamorph and try to get basically the increased speed back. And I'm going to do it because I will get the other Metamorph back on time, you see. Extra turn, and then it's going to be available pretty fast. Can still do this again with her. I can do that. 43 turns, 68 million damage. But we should be able to push in more now. And a detonation. Bang. An A1. I mean, Gizmek is still doing decentish damage considering that he's on Feral. He only has an Erratic Coronet Relic on him as well. And crit rate gloves. Super low crit damage. Like the lowest crit damage in the team too. We have the defense down on? We do, yeah. I can cleanse now. I need to make sure I keep that cleanse on for when we get onto the next form so we can force the boss to re-attack us when we cleanse the debuff, the Hunter's Gaze. And now I can buff again, Metamorph, and be ready with my skill. Detonate, poof. I could buff with her, but not a necessity. I'll do it. No extra turn from the relic. I do have an epic relic on her that can give you an extra turn when your skills are on cooldown. Push this. I'm going to keep that cleanse now. I'm not going to use it. It's going to go A1. Block damage on Narma. On nobody else. Do that just to deal more damage. I don't want to put a decreased attack on the boss. At least not till we're getting that done. We want him to do as much damage as he can. So he's going to go for my Gizmek. That's okay. Oh, it got cleansed from the... from the masteries. That's okay. That's okay, not a problem. Put a Pain Link on, and where are we? 200k more damage. This is done. I don't even need to stress about anything else. Voila! Gizmek, super, super good for this. We can revive him. It doesn't really matter now. We've done the job, right? 14 trials. The next thing that matters the most now is focus on the Viper form. We have this trial, and this trial. A 4-star basalt and 6 more mythical materials. In the meantime, we can start pushing in damage left and right. That's what we need to prioritize now. Just to show you that we can 1 key as well. So let's go for damage. Nothing else but pure raw damage. Give it to them. Okay. A1, push that in. Boof. Bit of a detonation. Metamorph, get increased speed with Gizmek. Give it to them, give it to him. Extend the duration of debuffs on the boss. Give me more turn meter, we want to rotate as fast as possible. The decreased speed is on the boss, the increased speed is on us. We can metamorph. Make sure we reset again, even though I'm not sure what skills I have available. Put the poisons, do some damage. Explode the poisons again. Don't really care about the buffs from Feral. Okay, he killed him again. Seems like he really wants him. I don't have the decreased attack on. So that, of course, will cause that to happen. In order to put a decreased attack, I gotta make sure I have only 9 debuffs on the target when I'm using the A2 from Narma. If not, I'm not going to apply the decreased attack. And I might try to do it now just to make sure he's not gonna get killed again. And look at that, bang, decreased attack now. And no, he's not going to kill my Gizmek again. Okay, you do that. In fact, he's not going to kill anybody again. He's just not allowed to. Put increased speed. Just A1. We're going to keep that A2 available so we can apply the decreased speed as soon as we get onto the other form. Push in a bit of more damage. We can put increased resistance. Do that. And put this on Arma again. A1 with him. Hunter's Gaze disappeared. Full heal back on him. Bang, another detonation. 84 million. We have 15 more turns. And we need to do around 36 more million damage. Or 36 should get us to the 1 key. 36 point a bit. Lost the buff. Doesn't matter. Decrease speed. Then we're going to metamorph. And go back into applying the defense down. Put the block buffs. The decreased accuracy. I don't want to do this yet because I'm not going to allow Gizmek to put the defense down after. So I'm just going to play it on the safe side to make sure we are putting the defense down. Get increased speed. Metamorph. Defense down. Kaboom. As Gizmek would say. And now we can start pushing in more damage with Narma. Put poisons. And all the good stuff. More poisons right there. A counter attack. Pretty good damage from the boss. Increase the duration of debuffs. Beautiful. We're going to get a revive in a second. Now the boss is ignoring tons and tons of things now. Because we are over 10 trials done, right? So he ignores shield, unkillable, block damage, and many, many other things. So he does deal a lot of additional damage. A decreased attack would not be a bad idea. Especially when we are moving into the Viper form. So I want to make sure I'm not super low when we're getting on the Viper form. So my characters won't be in trouble. Close to die or anything like that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can land this. But then the passive can mess us up actually. I think it was a bad call to land those debuffs with Narma. Because the passive already brought in quite a few additional ones on top of it. But I guess man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. An A1 right there. So we need 10 debuffs, no block active skills. We need decreased accuracy on the boss and increased resistance on us, right? Decreased accuracy, increased resistance, yeah. So we resist everything. And we need to have that available at the beginning. And Feral needs to have both of these skills available because it's all above him. He needs to land both of those. Buff and debuff. So we can't have anyone too low. 2, 4, 6, 10 debuffs. Okay. I don't think I'm going to risk it again, though, because I don't want to put the block active skills now. That's going to be a dangerous job if I do it. So I cannot go in with buffs. I cannot go in with a lot of buffs. Especially immunity, because I need to land 10 debuffs. This is just so painful, man. So painful. Because my feral is so low now. I don't want to risk it. I honestly don't want to risk it. I'm just hoping that Narma will heal him enough. Please, Narma, baby, do it. Viper, don't kill him. Come on, dude, why? Why did you have to do it? And we denied that, so now we're screwed a little bit. You see? Just because he was a bit on the freaking low side there, man. Now, will I have enough time to resist all of those freaking debuffs now? Or I won't. And it kind of messed my plan up because he needed to take 2 turns to put the increased resistance up as well. And I'm not going to be able to do it now. And he's going to use the boss is going to use the A1. Which really, really sucks. Ah, I'm so gutted that he freaking died there, man. Why? So I need to start pushing in damage. Resist 20 debuffs. Decrease accuracy, increase resistance. We have the increased resistance. We have the decreased accuracy. The idiot boss just used the basic skill. And the 50% chance did not proc on any of my champions. Yeah, good luck. I think this is going to screw me over. I think it's going to screw me over. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm definitely not going to restart the round for it. It sucks. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? We got to make sure we have that decrease resistance accuracy on, and that we have the increased resistance on the team too. So now it's time to push in damage. I want to make sure we do this. Okay. Oh, I think we're on the safe side, but I need to do 2 million damage ASAP. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I need to land more debuffs, man. If not, I'm missing out on the basalt. Damage time. Damage time. Okay, what do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 764k. I need 600k more. Come on, Narma, baby. Come on, Narma, baby. We got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. That was a bit annoying, though, because I thought that I'm going to miss out on the one with resist the debuffs, right? That would have been very annoying. Okay, we've got it all. Phew. This for the rare materials, it doesn't really matter, though. Mission accomplished, but we are not going to 1 key most likely, which is fine. We got close to it, though. But it doesn't really matter, right? I don't think we're going to push 13 million damage in 4 turns now, which is fine. It's okay. I'm going to survive with that. Not a problem. The main thing is you can see basically everything step by step. You can see what mistakes to avoid because... yeah, Feral getting wrecked there, even though it was not necessarily a mistake, but that caused us some issues, which almost made me think that we won't be able to get that trial done. And those were mythical materials, right? Which are pretty important. So now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 debuffs, but I cannot metamorph yet. So I cannot apply the defense down. And we got pretty close to 1 key too. Pretty close. Pretty close. Oh, I'm supposed to metamorph there, actually. Yeah, at least we got 100 mil. Anyway, I'm going to run another key, exactly what you've seen, but no commentary that time when I'm doing it, so it should be done faster. 48 minutes. I know I said faster, but most likely it's going to take me more. And where are we with this? Let's see. Defense down. Beautiful. Bang, bang, bang. Pretty damn close to the 1 key, actually. Pretty close. Just in case if that's what you want, right? Now, the multipliers, clash points, they're not that high. But once again, that's not what we are aiming for in the clan at the moment anyway. We want to get the mythical materials, the basalts, and the goodies. And we're going to let it go on auto. Relax, because not much is happening now. The boss is about to run away in the next turn. And that's it. GGG's. Let's see the rewards that we've got from here. And then we're quickly going to go over the builds. It is getting pretty damn close to that 1 key though. I guess if I was focusing more on dealing some damage at the ramp form, for example, 6 million damage, we could have done it without a problem. But the main thing that matters is this. 4-star basalt, 25 mythical materials, the maximum you can get on the rotation, 20 legendary, 22 epics, 35 rares. I think that's pretty good. Now, let me just quickly take a screenshot for my thumbnail because I will need that. And let's go and quickly check the builds on the characters. Recently used first. Let's start with Gizmak. This is the build, 9-piece feral. These are the stats. Now, I've explained to you he needs to be the lowest crit damage at 141. That's what I have. And the highest defense to make sure your run is smooth. Erratic Coronet. I have Incinerate, which is for PvP. I'm not going to change blessings around. PvP Masteries. I haven't changed them either. Let me put myself right here so you can see them. Helm Smasher as tier 6. Then we have Galatir. Impulse, Relentless, and Refresh accessories. These are his total stats. Good resistance. I don't want him the fastest because that will cause you issues. You need to look a bit at my speeds to make sure that he's the first one to take the turn when you move into the next metamorph, into the next form, like into the ram form, etc. You've seen he's the one moving in first. And it's all because I've tuned the entire team based on the speeds, right? So 312 speed, the resistance, the stats, the rest don't really matter. I have the Chrysalid of Rebirth, which is the PvP relic that I'm using on him, Temporal Chains, and PvP Masteries too. Narma the Return, she is +4 with a 4-star Blessing, a Zeal set, and a 6-piece Merciless. We have a Feral as well. Total stats on Narma, 61k HP. What matters is the attack, is the crit damage, is the speed, and having enough accuracy to make sure you land the debuffs. Now we have Feral in the team, remember that, which gives us additional stats with a passive. Good crit damage because I don't need to get full crit rate on her. Mainly because I'm running Fina. I have a level 9 Erratic Coronet. It's not even a higher level. These are the gemstones. If I would have a boss layer on it, it would be much better. Nature's Rat. Masteries. We have Offense, Support, Helm Smasher as tier 6. No point to get anything from here. Nothing will really benefit you. Rather go with Cycle of Magic or something else. Then we have Fina. 9-piece protection. These are her stats. She is the fastest in the team, if I'm not mistaken. Look at the survivability stats. Look at the crit damage. We have 12% more crit damage than on Gizmak. So I still don't understand why she got attacked first. But hey, it happened. We have the Perched Shadow Relic on her with these gemstones, which are not really helping that much. Intimidating Presence, but it's only a 3-star. And we have Defense, Support, Timely Intervention to push the Termiter on her. And the final piece of the puzzle, Feral, 9-piece protection. These are the stats on him. More HP would be helpful. Maybe he's not going to get as slow before you get onto the Viper form. I do have crit damage gloves on him because I was not able to get the right crit damage if not. Good accuracy, good resistance. No relic. Cruelty, which is a 3-star. If I would have put Brimstone on, that would have helped quite a bit with the damage. Probably close to the damage that we needed to 1 key. And we have defense and support masteries. That's pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you found the video helpful. Hopefully you learned some new tricks when you are doing the run. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am planning to do videos with teams like this for every single one of the trials rotations. Okay, some of them will be good, some of them won't, but we are going to do our best to try and basically provide the best possible information. So if you enjoyed the content, smash a like, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.